I am Ranjan Goenka. In this video, I will be talking to you on the procedure to prepare returns for tax collected at source. This return is normally prepared on a quarterly basis, and 4 times in a year this return needs to be submitted. TCS, as you may be aware, the tax collected at source, is basically on sale of certain specified goods. So along with the payment that you get for the goods, you also need to collect a small portion, which is basically TCS, tax collected at source, and to be deposited with the income tax department. This may include items like scrap, alcohol. Recently, sale of goods also has been introduced, and apart from this you have timber and you have some kind of tobacco leaves covered under this. Now coming down to preparing the TCS returns. One is the return itself, which contains information. Once this is entered, once this is prepared, in electronic form, a text file needs to be generated from whichever software is being used. And this text file has to completely comply with the structure as provided by the department. If the data is properly entered and the file generated is in the right structure, using a file validation utility again provided by the income tax department, this file needs to be passed through that, and if everything is in order, output file is generated which is having an extension .fvu, and this file is all ready for submission. In case of any error, again you will have to go back and make the corrections in the information that you have provided, and again go through the process of generating the TDS, the text file, followed by again passing it through the file validation utility. Now coming down to what information you need to actually enter. This is divided into 3 parts. The first part is the information of the tax collector, who actually is filing the return. So over here the TAN number, the tax account number of the collector, is very important. The PAN number, the permanent account number of the collector, followed by the other information. Very important over here is the name of the authorized person and the email ID and the mobile number of that person, because this is extremely important, because all communication takes place with these communication IDs. After that, like whatever taxes have been collected every month, the challan must have been there for the deposits made. So all these challans need to be entered. Please ensure that the information that is entered into the system is exactly as per the challan. There are 4 fields over here, which is most important, which is the date, the bank identification who has received the money from you. Number 3 is the what you call the challan number. Every challan that is issued, it has a unique challan number that needs to be put in place. All this information is actually tallied with the information that is uploaded by the bank. Any discrepancy here will lead to a mismatch of the challan, and the return may have to be redone again so that this error is rectified. So make sure that there are no errors as far as the challan information is concerned. Now against each challan, whatever has been deposited has to be collections against some of the sales done. So make sure information about the collector is properly put in place. Over here, the PAN of the collector is very important. If this is incorrectly quoted, so the credit for this particular collection will not go to that particular person. So just make sure the PANs are absolutely correct over here, so that the compliances are properly done. In some cases, some of the collectors are privileged for lower collection amount. It could be lower, or it could even be completely waived off. So for this particular purpose, there are certain additional information that needs to be entered, which actually justifies the eligibility of the collector for a lower collection of tax. So make sure those things are properly put in place in case you have opted, in case where lower deduction or no deduction has been selected for a particular deduction. So once all the information is properly put in together, as I've already said, you need to generate a text file out of that, and this text file needs to be validated. Once you get the valid file, you are ready for submission, which you can either do online or through the facilitation center. I hope this video was useful for you. Thank you for your time.